Okay, so we're gonna do a modded GSU basically for Call of Duty World at War on PC. If you don't have it on PC, you could do it on PS3. You could, if you don't have World at War on PS3 on PC, you could do it on Call of Duty 4, which is Modern Warfare, on PC or on PS3. And if you don't have any of those, you can try to get the game for free through torrents. I don't condone piracy, so I won't give the games. But I'll give the tools to edit the patch. I edit the patches on PS3. What you have to understand is the patches on PS3 are compressed, but once you open the patch on PS3 using the tool that I give you, let's say I open a patch. World at War patch is a clean patch, so you could just Control A, Control C, and you could here create a text document. I'm gonna delete those. You can just create here a text, okay, and you could name it rank.gsc. Oops, my bad. And you need to remove the extension. If you don't see the extension .txt, well, this is simple. You go right here for say, you go in view and file extension name. You want this checked because sometimes you download files and it could be dot something, but there's a hidden extension and it's a virus. So this is very important just in general to have file name extension. Now, you got a GSC. You can open it just with a regular notepad, but Notepad++ is fantastic because you could, I'll just show you. I just copy paste the rank.gsc here. The rank.gsc on PS3 works for PC as well. And it's much easier to just code on PC and then port it on the PS3. So here you go, you see the syntax when you put it in language to C. It's not actually some C, but it's very similar. So here's how it works, guys. You must read the pastebin I gave before the video, and afterwards, once you did, you're gonna understand what this is. This is a function. This is the syntax needed. The if statement, the else statement. However, we're gonna go through this and I'll show you because we're not gonna code in the rank.gsc, but this is where we should start. Listening to those lessons, you're gonna figure it out how I went through those steps, so you won't have to do as much research because the content is gonna be here. So, inishi is where it starts. If you go through the inishi function, at the end of the function it calls onPlayerConnect. So right when the player connects, we're going to find this function. onPlayerConnects. See, here is the function. Once the player connects, this function waits here until someone connects. Okay, and then the player is going to have the value of which player connected. If you really wanted to monitor every player, you would write code here. But I want to keep it simple. We're going to just skip to onPlayerSpawn. Here we go. At the end of the function, here it's onPlayerConnect. There's a thread on player spawn. So here's on player spawn. We're gonna do hello world right when we spawn. So here's where you'd write your code. So here I just put it in comments, right? There's where you'd write your code. Now we're gonna save this. Boom. Now we're gonna make another GSC, and this GSC is gonna be called jm jm.gsc. Yes. So this is a GSC. Now we're gonna open it in Notepad++. We're also gonna open this in Notepad++. So now we got both, right? So here's where we're gonna write our code, because in PS3, in the PS3 mode, if you mod, you have a limited space in rank.gsc. Just remove a comment and write the following. So we're gonna put our code here, but here we need a function, and our function is gonna be called joemilk spawn. So compared to C++, you don't need to put void in front, but in C++ you need to put void. So in GSC, I just defined the function, right? So we do not want to include, because you need to include other files that you're going to use, but we don't want to do this because we're lacking a space. So what we're going to do is take this. I'm going to show you how to use a function from another file without including it. So we're going to go right here, and we're going to self thread we're going to call it jm, and we're going to call our function jm underscore spawn with a capital, so it has to be the same. So we're going to remove the comment here. Boom, self thread. So self is passed to thread, so this is basically going to be the player who does it, who executes this function. We're going to save this. No, actually we're not going to do it yet. We're not going to close cancel. So first thing we want to know is how to print. So we're just going to write print. Boom, this is a function to print. We're going to use it. Now, like I said, we're going to use it here. This is when we spawn. It's going to execute everything between those brackets. Now this, we don't have player variable. It's going to be self. Self is passed to this function. Self, I print ln, and here we're going to just put our string. So hello world. Now in Call of Duty you could always put them color symbols. This is only in Call of Duty because it's inside the coding. So one's gonna make the hello world red. Okay, but now this file does not have any iprintln. So if iprintln was in rank.gsc and it includes those two those two files, we're gonna add them too. So this should run, and it should work on for PC. Now we're gonna save those files, and I'm gonna show you how you can make it for PS3. So here you go. For PS3, you use this file open World at War patch. Okay, so the rank.gsc is here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the one we just made, Control A. No, I don't remember. Okay, so Control A, Control V. See, we didn't use internet yet. We just used code inside. Now you see the size here. It's too big, so we're gonna have to remove some code. We're just gonna try to find back our code. So here's our code, right? But on PS3 there's a size limit. So we're gonna remove comments, so it won't affect the code at all. Boom. So now we're gonna save raw file. Okay, so we're just gonna restart this. So here we go. Ranks. Boom. So that's the right size. There's our code, and all we did is remove some comments. So it does not affect the game. You could even remove more, but there's no point for now. So now we're gonna save raw file. This is safe. Now we're gonna remove one of the code files. You can remove files and it's okay. Rename. Boom. You can remove a coding file. You could remove coding files because they're backed up. There's also this file that we just replaced, CTF, is in another directory in the PS3. So even if you remove it there, doesn't mean you can't play Capture the Flag, per se. So now we're gonna go and open, and we're gonna Control A, Control C. Boom. We're gonna save raw file. Now we're gonna save fast file as hello. Well, it would be actually patch. It would be exactly like this, but we're gonna call it hello world because I'm not doing it on PS3.
Free for